Welcome to the introduction of ServiceWOW Service Catalogue. This application is used across Woolworths as the place to lodge all requests and incidents. Like most of these applications that run out of a browser window, if you go to the 9 dots on the right-hand side of your browser and scroll down, you'll find that ServiceWOW sits here. And if you click on that icon, it will open up your service catalogue. I'll do a quick tour around the interface here. Most of it is quite intuitive and quite easy to use, but let's sort of start at the top. If I go to the very right-hand corner, you'll notice that it automatically logs you in with your details. The benefit of this, of course, is if you are putting in a ticket, it already knows your identity. It's put your name, your location, and if the request requires approval, it already knows your manager's name, and the process was quite well organized in the background. Along the menu line, we've got my tickets, my favorites, my approvals, self-help, and service status. Let's start with service status. It's a very quick dashboard. You can actually see the state of all the systems across the Woolworths domain. As you can see in this screen right here, it tells us that there is a major incident in one of our systems under product and supply chain, but all the rest are looking green, and it'll even show where there's schedule changes coming up. Let's keep going along the menu. There is an area there that says My Tickets. If I select this, it'll show me all the tickets that I, as in my user account, has created and are still outstanding. But what it gives you the ability to do is, if you've put a request or an incident in, and you will see from this screen here, an incident always starts with INC, a request always starts with REQ. Once I've put one of those tickets in and I want to know what the status is of that ticket, I can open up My Tickets and it'll only show me the tickets that are open. If I change the option to completed, it'll show me all the tickets that I've ever put into the system and have been closed off. Very good way of you seeing the state of requests and incidents. Let's go back to the main screen. Now, there is the option if you're going to be putting in regular tickets in one type or another, and you can make them a favorite. It's quite a simple little heart symbol that you would apply to it. If you're going to be managing a team, whether it's a small team or a larger one, and those users put in requests, if there's a requirement for the manager to approve that request, whether it's access to a system, whether it's some new hardware, then the manager will receive an email that says, here's a request, it does require your approval. But if there's a few going on a regular basis, then the manager can open up their ServiceWOW, go to My Approvals, select My Approvals, and any tickets that require their okay will all be listed here. Once again, it's just a really quick and easy way to manage tickets. I won't click on this one today, but it is worthwhile for you to see. There is a self-help area. Knowledge base articles are put into the ServiceWOW system. A lot of them for stores and distribution centers and even support offices. So you'll find that there's quite a few knowledge base articles. To give you an example, in the store environment, maybe a manager or an assistant manager needs to know how to reset a self-service checkout, what to do if the scale doesn't work. So there's lots of these little knowledge base articles built in there. Now we're just going to look at the bulk of the screen in front of you. You do have the ability to search for a specific type of ticket. Maybe you're not quite sure under what category it falls, and I will select Submit a Ticket in a moment and show you that there are groupings that they fall under. But if you're not quite sure where they sit, you can always type something in here. Password reset, Atlassian support, Jira support, mobile, as you can see, some previous searches that I have done here. And it will guide you directly to the correct form or ticket that you need to fill in. Once again, it shows me a nice little window here with all my open tickets, the same as what you saw up on top of the menu there, my favorites. And if you've recently filled in a form, it'll show it to you there. And then right down the bottom here, there are some, should we say, the most regularly required types of assistance, whether it's application access, as you can see, password resets, raising an IT issue, even building access. These 8 are the most commonly requested items in ServiceWOW. Let's go to the Submit Ticket button, the big blue one in the top corner. It does fall into 6 major categories. I will just highlight if you need access to software, and do remember there's 2 broad categories of software. There's software that will run out of a browser window. In other words, you don't need to install anything on your machine. You just need access to it, a login and a password. So that's one type of software. The other type of software is something that would need to be installed on your machine. Either one of those, you would go to Access and Accounts, you select in here, and if we're just choosing the ticket that I'm mentioning, Application Access, you would complete it in here. As an important thing to remember, if your application does require software to be installed, the standard packages that we use across the Woolworths network can be installed remotely on your machine. Now, you will find that there are quite a few different specific ticket types here, whether it's Medallia or Twilio here. The building access is on the left-hand side. You've got the ability to get access to different buildings. You might work in more than one location. User management, so there's a whole lot of tickets here about new staffing leaving, increasing headcount, that sort of things. Now, I will click on the groups and shared accounts because it is worth noting that you can request a group email address to be created. This is not an entire inbox and account. This is just the ability to have multiple email accounts assigned to a generic name. You could have buying group dairy products New South Wales at woolworths.com.au, and everyone that works for that department would receive an email if that generic account is used. A very efficient way of creating a group account. You can request an entire new inbox. Things like creating a Google shared drive. If you've attended the Drive training, that's usually highlighted that you can create a shared drive for you and your team members. This is how you would request that. So these are just a few samples on some of the things that you can do in the access and accounts area. Ordering equipment, that's reasonably straightforward, whether it's a actual Windows machine, a MacBook, a Chromebook, mice, keyboard, monitors, they're all put in via this particular collection of tickets. There's an option here for IT infrastructure, whether it's requesting access or help from the cybersecurity team, whether it's a new system that needs to be put in place, whether you need app scripts to be created that will be used across the Woolworths domain. They all fall in under the IT infrastructure ticket area. Commercial and logistics have their own collection of tickets that they might need request for. A couple of quick examples would be if a distribution center needs work on barcode scanners, or the internal network isn't quite scanning things correctly, the forklift trucks, all of those style of tickets and requests for assistance would be under the commercial and logistics. The W Digital, so that's the Woolies X group, and a lot of the data scientists group would fall under the W Digital. So that's another entire collection of quite unique incidents and requests that fall under that category. If you work for either the Logistics Primary Connect or under Woolies X or Woolies Digital in any way, then more than likely your colleagues will tell you what sort of tickets do need to be created, and they fall under those two banners. The most important one, as far as an incident, something is not working or not working correctly, I'll just quickly select General Support. There is this one in the middle, report a privacy incident. So you can report things to cybersecurity. You feel that your machine's been hacked, my machine is playing up. We do prefer you to literally close the lid and contact them, or have one of your colleagues contact them. But there it is possible to put a ticket in if you feel something's just a little amiss. As far as IT assistance concerned, there's two broad categories. There's my machine works and I'm having trouble getting access to application. My Atlassian's not quite working correctly. My Jira software doesn't seem to allow me to look at all the open tasks in there. These sort of issues are not major problems, but they do cause you an issue. Then you can put in a general IT assistance. Once things go beyond, there are tech centres in most of the primary offices around Australia. You are always welcome to just go in there, and one of the technical assistants will help you through your problem. You may, however, be in a place where you can't readily get to a tech centre. Well, you can put a major ticket in here, but we've also created a new grouping, and that is the tech centre assistance available whenever you are. Think of it as a virtual tech centre. If you put a ticket in here, there's always a few of the tech assistants on call, and they can phone you back up and see if they can help you remotely. When using the Raise IT issue, there are going to be instances where your machine is totally and absolutely failing to respond. In other words, you can't do anything on it. All the Woolworths machines that have been handed out to staff will have a sticker on it with a phone number, and you can phone up a help desk and put a IT issue ticket in via the phone. All right, let me just go back to the main screen. Hopefully you'll find it quite intuitive and easy to use. The last thing I will touch on this screen is the little chat bot, our little buddy here, the little koala avatar. If you select that, you can actually put a chat in. This is an automated chat system. It is an internal product, so it is Woolworths only. Doesn't go outside the Woolworths domain. The system is being evolved every month. New queries and replies to those queries are being added into it. You will find this particular Ask Buddy chatbot has been embedded in other sites across the Woolworths network, so don't be surprised if you see that little icon appear elsewhere. As I mentioned before, it is the place you go to whenever you need to request something, whether it's general IT assistance or major IT assistance. So it is our standard place to go to.